technology screens using the ambient light projection technology gain. Sorry about that, a little tired, ate a few minutes ago. All right, so as I told you before that, the particular individual, as known as Pro, has tried to make our products and just about everything you could possibly think of under the sun when it comes to our screen paints. And as we said before, I'm looking for my stand. As I said before, that we have given him permission, since he knows how to make our products, we have given him permission to make the exotics, all 12 of them, which he hasn't made any of them. I told you from the door he was going to try to point the distraction in another direction, but I'm still trying to go after the 12. Hasn't learned his lesson yet not to mess with that screen paint. Found my stand. All right, so I'm going to show you the reason why. Whoops, see, I'm tripping over one of my lights. I'm going to show you the reason why in this video demonstration why that's not a 12. And that's some kind of screen paint he mixed up, or black paint he put together to try to make it seem like a 12. Because 12s have the ability to be able to blend in to screens that are gray, even though 12s are black. So, right here on my 12, right here, I'm 135 inch, using my Christie at 5,000 lumens. We have one screen, which is the UV mix, which is the darkest screen paint he makes. Actually, it's darker than that Frankenstein. And I would stop using that name Frankenstein because that's serious copyrighted right there. You're gonna mess around and get sued by 2 people. Need to cut that out. But anyway, this is his container. We've had this product for a while, like I said. That's his container right there. That's his product right there. That's his UV mix against a 12, and that's his personal mix right there. And I explained to you and told you before that nothing will match a 12. So, as I told you before, 12s have the ability to be able to blend in to gray screens. And they also can pull contrast that other screen, actually, if it's not the same color as a 12, won't be able to pull. The Frankenstein mix he has is actually lighter than the UV mix, which I have over here on display. Now, keep in mind, I told you that every day I get up and I show you my well-lit environments, especially that gray screen paint we have now that pretty much can outperform all his screen paints easily, which we're going to be showing that off pretty soon, and costs cheaper than this product. As I said before, the test demonstrations you see me do on my screens, he won't do them. Certified screens, long distance, short throw, he won't do any of those tests at all whatsoever. But he keeps comparing as if we are supposed to be the same thing, and we're not the same thing. So, in the demonstrations I've seen so far him test his product, it's the same thing. Dark environment, high power projector, that's the end of it. All right, we had the 12 up here, and the 12, the demonstration we did with the 12, did all 11 certified screens with no problem. I don't know why he thinks for some reason his product, is equal to any of the high performance screens we have in our kitchen drawer downstairs. Because for some reason, I keep showing you that 12s beat 11 certified screens, but for some reason you have it in your head that your product is equal to a Darkstar 9, a Seymour 80 1.3, or any of those sample sheets we have downstairs that I haven't seen you do any tests against at all, period. But you'll get a chance to do that once your screen gets here. So right now, I'm showing you off his personal mix, which we have here, and his UV mix. No matter how dark that product is, like I said, nothing is going to beat a black screen. All right, so let's pull up some colors. We're going to pull up red first, and we're going to do these tests tomorrow against that light gray screen I have downstairs. So let's pull up, let me see, first things first, I like to pull the white levels up first. So let's go to search, and we'll go to the color white. Actually, I want the white screen. That'd have been a lot faster. Let's go to search. Let's go clear this out. Clear this out clean. Let's go into white screensaver. All right, pull the white levels up. And two things I told you, that when you're dealing with a screen that's producing too high of a white level, you're going to have a problem with being able to pull a proper color level. And one of the things about the 12s have the ability to blend in to gray screens, even though the screen is black. Even when I showed you in the contrast levels, our screen was able to pull a contrast level where these two screens couldn't do that. I'm going to show you in this demonstration where we can actually pull out a color demonstration, and the 12 will blend into his UV mix, but his UV mix can't pull a contrast level. All right, let's go over to the color red. And as you can see right here, the UV mix is faded. The reds are faded in the UV mix. The reds are definitely faded in the personal mix. So that's why I know any screen paint he has under the color under the personal mix is going to struggle next to a 12 because it's not going to have the ability to pull that contrast level. As for the UV mix that he makes, the darker screen paint he makes, the darkest one he makes, that can't even match. So I definitely know Frankenstein will not be able to match against that technology. I'm going to grab some real quick. I'll tell you something. At the end of the day, I don't know where you get your theories from. I really don't. Where do you get them from? Here we go. Got a bunch of sample sheets. So not only am I going to outperform your two screens up there, but I'm going to throw a whole bunch of these high performance certified screens, which I've done over and over again, on the 12 to show you that the 12 is going to outperform all of them. It's modern mixed paint, your paint, all at the same time. See, that's how I know that the product that you have over there isn't ours. It's fake. Because I have your product here. And I got more of it coming in. As a matter of fact, I got another order coming in, some more of your stuff. I'll have everything here by, let's see, the end of this month. I should have all your product here by the end of this month. And we'll put it against the 12 and everything else we have down here. But these fake demonstrations you keep doing, man, they're tiresome. And it's sad. It really is. Because not only am I going to come in here and basically blow your screen out of the water, but I'm going to come in here and put all these certifieds against my screen one by one, and you'll watch my screen outperform them. So that's how, when he does these demonstrations, he wants to make you believe that our product is equal to ours, he wants to make you believe that his product is equal to what we make. We got a light gray screen downstairs that has done demonstrations that none of your screen paints have ever done. I've never seen you take a screen, stick it in the doorway. I've never seen your screen do it against any certified projection screens. I've never seen you do 22 feet back on 1,000 lumens on any of your gray screens. Not even with a 130 watt light bulb in the middle. You haven't done any of those at all. Period. Versus that gray screen downstairs. And on top of that, it's more affordable than your product. At that $75 that you're charging for your screen paint, and customers are not realizing it's $75 a quart, which means that they have to get 2 quarts to a gallon. You're talking about $150 to anywhere from $300 for a gallon, when we could do it at $148 for a gallon. So this is his UV mix right there, which is actually darker than his Frankenstein. And this is his personal mix right there, which means if you have any two screens in between these categories, if it's lighter or darker, this is how it's going to react to a 12. So that's how I know the product that you're trying to do in your demonstration. And keep in mind, you need to get on track, man. You're the one who goes out and makes our products without our permission. We gave you permission to make the exotics. How come you haven't made any of them? Because you can't do the test. I mean, so an exotic, you're going to have to figure out what the color it is. You're going to have to figure out how to make it in 20 minutes. You're going to have to figure out how to pass all 3 certifies from the door when the paint is first made. And then you got to run all the tests after that live. You can't do that. That's why he hasn't made any of the exotics. That's why he keeps pushing toward the 12. Because that's the only product he can try to mimic because it's a black screen. He can't figure out the colors to the rest of them. That's why he keeps going back to the 12. Which we don't mind because, like I said, once all your products get here, we'll blow them all out one hit against the 12. And we'll do it outside. Let's get started on this one. Alright, so as you can see, we got his personal mix up there. We got his UV mix. Now we're going to take Cinema Gray right here. And keep in mind, every morning when I get up and I display my screen in my Japanese tea room, I always show my contrast and I show my white levels to my customers. You have yet to show a contrast level on that screen. You have yet to do any of the demonstrations that matches our technology, which means you do not fit the category of being in our line of technology. You do not fit in there because you're not doing any of the demonstrations. I don't know where in the world you're getting this idea from that you can just skip test demonstrations and people are supposed to believe in your product. No, we need to see those demonstrations because, like I said, if you want to cut these corners, we'll do the test for you. All right. You claimed you challenged the Dark Star 9. When you did the Dark Star 9, you did the Dark Star 9 on light colors. You didn't go into contrast. Dark Star 9s are designed for contrast levels. You failed to do that because you knew the Dark Star 9 was going to quote a much darker level than yours. I'm going to put here the Dark Star 9 we're putting against our screen. Now keep in mind, he isn't doing these demonstrations at all. All he does is his mixes against his mixes. I can come on here live and I can put every last one of those screens up on my screen and none of them will be able to compete with the 12. This is that Modern Masters silver paint. There we go. I wonder how close that comes to yours. Actually, the Modern Master is better than yours. There you go. That's 50 bucks right there you can buy. That's actually better than his product right here. Since you want to go on the thing about screens being dark, it's actually better than your UV mix too. All right. I think what bothers them is the fact that we got that gray screen paint now, and that gray screen paint can produce white levels, and it can produce contrast, and it takes on more light than he literally has in his living room. And that's what bothers them. It bothers them the fact that we can make a gray screen paint that's more high performance than his, that can do tests that the screen paint can't do, and it's more affordable for the customers, and he don't like that. Here we go, we got another one right here. So you come on YouTube and you do a demonstration of some fake 12 that's not even our product. We can come on here and we can do a demonstration to burn on 12, and we can do it against high performance sample sheets in your screen all at the same time. You won't do this. You're not going to put these sample sheets against the screen. The screen's going to have problems. Can't do this. There we go. We got so far Cinema Gray. We got the, I'm going to get all of them. I'm going to get all the sample sheets. I got more than that downstairs. Let's see if we can cover the whole 135 inch with nothing but sample sheets. Seymour AV 1.3. You want to compare your Frankenstein to a 12? Are you kidding me? You haven't even tested any of these screens on your screen paint. DMP Supernova, right there. Don't ever try to put your product against a 12. Never do that. Never ever do that. I told you, every time you do something like this, you'll get embarrassed. This is the testing 12s go through. 12s go through testing on a level, like I said, your screen paints can't do. That's why I can come on here live. That's why I can put certified screen after certified screen on a 12, and the 12 will still maintain a bright red. You can't do that because you don't test your product. Cut corners. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to clear out the entire kitchen drawer. We're going to put all our screens across here and show you how fantastic 12s are. And you can go back and watch his demonstration where he's trying to do a Frankenstein against a fake 12, which is not even ours. He won't do any of these sample sheets at all because the problem he's going to have, if he tries using these sample sheets, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, maybe 4 of these screens may outperform his screen, and he don't want that. Let's go get some more. I'm back. I don't have anything left to test it on. We just cleared the drawer. Gotta be some more here somewhere. Oh, we got some more right over here. I know we got some more sample sheets in here. Let's grab next. What do we got? We're gonna grab I know I have some more in here. Here we go. By Daylight Screen. This is their blade right there. That's their blade screen, DMP Supernova. Let's put this right here. And this is how I know that when he did that demonstration against that Cinemax, that light gray screen paint he has, when he tried to say, oh, the 12 came up so dark you can't see it. These are certified gray screens. See how light this screen is? A certified gray screen, not a screen paint mix, a certified gray screen. And if my 12 is producing a much brighter red than that, and this is not coming up brighter than my 12, then that shows something's clearly wrong with that sample sheet that you call a screen paint. That's not a screen paint. That's something else you got in there. So explain that one. How is it that I'm putting up certified screens against my screen, and we're producing a nice, deep, beautiful red. It's not faded and washed out, but yet when you did it against that sample sheet, for some reason you produced brighter colors, and the sample sheet came out so dark. And that's paint versus a certified screen. Oh, here we go. This is their silver, their pure silver screen right there. We have them all here. Pretty soon I'll have Vivistorm in here, no time at all. We'll have them in here next. And there's actually a screen that I want from Elite Screens. It's a really, really bright screen. And for those who are going to sit there and say, well, what about Black Diamond? Well, I'll leave some literature at the bottom to show you why we can't go near Black Diamond Screen Innovation. Because we had a little confrontation with their attorneys on basically our product, and an email they sent to us said had potential. You know, it's funny how we got a big company like Screen Innovation who sends us emails that said our product has potential, and then they got an attorney on us for us to stay away from their stuff. And this is a big corporation with a lot of weight underneath of it. And then we got this small little guy named Crow who wants to come up and say, well, my opinion matters. No, buddy. These are corporations we deal with. All right? Unless you get one of them crease and deceits, whatever orders, telling you to stay away from their stuff, that's how you know you're doing some damage. There you go. Right there. Now, next time you want to basically do a side-by-side demonstration with some fake technology you made up that was supposed to be ours, when you do your screen, here's a challenge to you. I want to see you do a screen against all these certified screens, well, not yours, all these certified screens on your screen at the same time. The contrast levels must be displayed too. Starfield demonstration. One of the demonstrations you like to avoid. All right, so let's get through this. Okay, let's go pop up first. I want to look at this real quick. There you go. Keep it up. I'll give you a challenge outside. You won't like that one. As a matter of fact, I'll put you against an exotic. Exotics pull up at 451 outside. I'll give you a challenge against one of those. So whatever you got mixed up in whatever container you claim is supposed to be a 12, yeah, sure, it is. Stop making fake paint. Stop doing fake demonstrations. Go do the challenges that we told you to do, which we explained to you. You like to make our screen paint. You like to go on there and say, I'm going to make this product for free. We gave you permission to make the exotics. You haven't made one of those. And you got our permission to do it. And you haven't made one of them yet. Because you can't make them. Like you can't make any of other screen paints we make. The test, like I said, we run on our products. He can't even run on his. So how are we expecting, I can't even expect him, honestly, to be truthfully, I can't even expect him basically to follow any of these demonstrations. He doesn't even test this stuff like this. You're doing fake demonstrations with the door open. I stick my screens on the door. You'll hide from enemy light. My screen's playing the light. It's a 5,000 lumen projector and your screen still doesn't pick up properly. There's your personal mix right there. Let's go pop over to, did we do blue yet? Let's go do blue. Let's go pop over to green. Do you see how dark a 12 is? You see how it's mimicking? I told you it can mimic gray screens. Dark gray screens it has the ability to mimic. It is mimicking your screen right now. But if I put on a contrast level like a star field, boop, your screen disappears. Actually doesn't disappear. It actually can disappear. It can't produce a 100% contrast. Told you, the only screens that can produce 100% contrast are black. Let's go over to the white levels first. We're gonna do white. We do white levels first, then white levels last. Let's do white levels. So I can show you this from the door. Now, as I explained to you, the higher the white level, the problem it's going to have when it comes to color. Now let's see what happens when we poke up red. Where your color go? Because y'all have too much white in your screen. Your white levels are too freaking high. And when your white levels are too high in your screen, that means your color is going to fade and it's going to wash out. Let's see what else we got here. Let's go with, there we go. And my personal favorite, as always, the Starfield demonstration. Starfield screensaver. Because if your levels don't pick up on this screen, they don't pick up at all. I don't know why in the world you would think that your UV mix would even come close to black technology. Look at this. You're not even close. Not close, not close, not close, not close. These screens are designed to pull a heavy contrast level. That's what 12s are designed to do. Let's go over to, let me see. Well, any contrast demonstration you pull up is not going to pull. Let's see. Contrast test demonstration. There you go. Let's do an overlay demonstration. There you go. Can't pull up contrasts, can't pull up reds, just like I showed you. That's why I did a color demonstration to show you. And not picking up any of that. That's why I said, instead of you sitting there doing some fake demonstration on some fake screen print that's supposed to be ours, showing your Frankenstein mix. I got your personal mix, GP mix, some of that Modern Master Silver from the other fellow, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 certified screens, all in one hit. Let's see you match that demonstration. Let's see you take your Frankenstein mix and match it against all these screens at the same time. Do the color pattern, start off with the white, then the blue, then the greens and reds. Then after that, go over to a star field demonstration, do contrast levels, do the whole 9 yards. So you got another challenge. Every time you do a demonstration that's fake, we're going to do one, even we're going to top that one, and we're going to get added a challenge. So now you got that to do next. So see how long it takes some to take any one of his screen paints and do that demonstration. Because all our screens have to go through either a 5 or 11 screen certified test side by side. All of them have to go through it. So there's your next one. Since you want to compare the whatever fake 12 with the fake 12 he's using over there, take your Frankenstein mix and do all these screens at the same time. And I want to see it in blue and green and different shades of color, including white. And then I want to see you pull it on a contrast level to see which screen is going to pull the better contrast level. And I bet you he doesn't do it. I'll give him till tomorrow to get it done. Yeah, he's not going to do it. See what happened to your UV mix that you claimed it could match a 12? See how on our screen you can see the individual drops coming off the glass. You can see the background shadow, all that in there. And then look at your UV mix. It doesn't even pull up anything. It doesn't even pull up an image at all. Nothing. You can't pull contrast. There's your personal mix right there. Look how it faded out that fast to the screen. Now look at our black screen. There you go. So, since you want to do demonstrations of a 12 next to your Frankenstein, you want to do that comparison, take your Frankenstein tomorrow and collect, or I'll give you time to collect all these sample sheets, and then I want you to do that demonstration with all these sample sheets against it at the same time. Don't pick out certain sample sheets because they're not going to be able to do, I'll put it this way, I'll explain to you. When they pick out certain sample sheets, they'll go with the Cinema Gray 5D, they'll go with the Cinema Gray, they'll go with those screens. If they try to do a Dark Star 9, they'll keep it on the bright side. And when they're going their contrast, Dark Star 9 against one of these screens, doing contrast would kill it easily. So Dark Star 9 is a pretty good screen. So they're not going to go in that area. They're going to keep it on nice, bright images. Something their screen's going to be to go toe-to-toe with the screen, and they're not going to have too much of a struggle. So they're going to pick out certain sample sheets that are not going to give their screens too much of a struggle, and it's going to match up fairly to make their screens look good. That's what they're going to do. But what I'm requesting from him, which I have to do, is he's going to have to do all these sample sheets now, and you're going to have to show solid blues and greens and reds so people can see the solid colors, no camouflage. And then I want you to do the white levels and do the contrast. You know why he's not going to do it? Because certain screens on here would actually outperform your screen easily because they're darker screens. Which I'll show you when this product gets here. Which I'm curious what we got, to tell you the truth, because she said, when she told me when she talked to him, she asked him, what do you think, your expertise? And I got a funny feeling we might get that Cinemax over here. I don't know what you're afraid of, to tell you the truth, with your product coming over here. We don't do dirty stuff like you do. Your screen's just going to have to go through the same testing our screen's going to go through. And if you're afraid of that, that tells me right there from the door, you're not doing your testing right. Something's wrong there. Like I said, I don't want to receive any emails giving me instructions about your product. We're not going to baby it. We're not going to baby your product over here. My screens don't get any special treatment. Why should yours? Right? You're supposed to be equal to what we make, you know. Oh, blah-de-da-de-da. I literally think this guy has a loss of memory. He has to. I can do this demonstration right now, and about 2 days from now, he'll do the same demonstration saying, look, this is how dark the screen comes up. Mind the fact that we did the demonstration on an 1800 lumen and a 2800 lumen projector on this screen over here in a fully lit environment while there was actually sun pushing through the window this morning, but okay. Let's go to, let's see, go here, let's go to 4K fish. Let's do this one to the beta fish. I'm going to do the beta fish. The background of the beta fish is supposed to be black. That's gray. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because you tried to pass your technology off of having the same contrast levels as our technology. We all know that's not, it doesn't fly. It doesn't. You would have to be a complete, I'm sorry, idiot to think that a gray screen is going to pull contrast over the same as a black screen. I'll tell you that with my own technology that I designed, that's virtually impossible. That at the end of the day, our screens can mimic contrast levels, But to put them next to a 12 and think they're going to pull the same as a 12, no, 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 that's never going to happen. That'll never, ever happen. Can't pull solid blues. Just when I showed the blue demonstration. That's the personal mix right there. Look at that screen wash out and fade out. I wonder how close that comes to. Oh, I got my clamps today too. Yes, that means I can put up the 135 inch white screen. We're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to take your personal mix. I'm going to throw it against a white screen. See how close it blends into one of them. We'll do that color pattern test on it. See what happens. I forgot I got the clamps today. I need the clamps because I have to literally clamp the screen down to the back of the frame because this surface that Elite Screen has is heavy. It's a very heavy surface. It's good. It's constructed well. I'm telling you that. One thing. That's why I like their fixed frame screens. I love their screens, but like I said, when they kind of forgot to give me my tension rails and I had to go through a whole 9 yards to get my tension rails, I just said I'm not buying any more from them. But other than that, they make good screens. They do. Give them that much. They make some really good screens. But the tension rails are missing, and you can't exactly screw this screen into the wall one into the next because it will rip. So I had to get these clamps so I can basically drape the screen over the side and clamp it down so that way I can get it to hang down so we can do that white screen versus, different projection screens and stuff like that. But tomorrow what we're going to do is, since we do have your paint here until the other one gets here, we're going to test that personal mix against these sample sheets right here on a white screen and see exactly if your screen did beat any of the screens, especially that Dark Star 9, which you claimed you did beat. All right, let's come out of here. Ooh, that's beautiful. Told you I love fish. Got fish coming downstairs right now. We do a black mountainside in the dark. To any area you see that displays black on that screen, it's supposed to come up black. This is a black mountainside. Let's get, I want that 4K fish. That's what I want, 4K fish. Let me see what we got going on here. My selection right here. 4K fish. That's what I asked for. There we go. I'm going to show you something. I told you that at 12, your Frankenstein, this is where he messes up at so badly. This is how we know he got a fake 12 over there. I'll tell you why. Because the UV mix that you make is actually darker than your Frankenstein. That I know. This is your UV mix right here. This is your UV mix laying against a 12. I told you 12s have the ability to blend into gray screens. So the fact you're trying to show that your Frankenstein is pulling up a much brighter screen than a 12, and the 12 is coming out too dark. Yeah, this is your UV mix right here. Look at it next to my screen up close. I can blend your screen with no problem. As for this is not gonna blend at all. It's washed out. See right there? See how your screen is blended? Tell my black screen is producing a white level so high that it can blend into your screen. That's interesting for a screen that's supposed to be so dark that you can't see it. I can blend into your screen right now. See my big hit in the way? Now watch this. Yeah. That's how we know the product you have over there is fake. You don't have to do fake demonstrations, Crow. All you got to do is place an order through our website. We'll ship it right over to you. Don't worry, we don't block orders over here. We'll send it right over to your house. We don't block people's orders. That's the reason why when we try to order your product, you went through so much blocking orders, dropping orders, canceling orders. You didn't want that product coming here at all, period. Now I told you, once we start ordering more paint from him, because we got a nice source, he's going to start doing some crazy stuff. You're going to order from him, he's going to put you through a bit of some ridicule because he's got to figure out exactly which one is ordering this paint from him. And if you have to go through all that to begin with, then there's something wrong there with your product. If you have to go through that much security checks to make sure that you have to screen people and ask them certain questions to figure out who may be who to keep the paint from coming over here, something's wrong. Something is seriously wrong. I guarantee if you're from Philadelphia right now, you can't get that paint. I guarantee you can't get that paint from Philadelphia. We didn't get anybody from Philadelphia. We got somebody from California who purchased it. Yep, right in your backyard. Because I figured it was any other state, you would have canceled it. So we got somebody, a few people. I told you, got a few business ties over in California. Got a few ties over there. Just had to wait till everything calms down and cool. Don't say anything about ordering nothing from you because we don't want to spook you. So your guard won't be up. And we'll let a couple months go by and then we'll place an order for it. And we'll get somebody in California to do it. So now he's going to be freaking out. He's going to try to figure out exactly who did he sell that paint to and how do we get our hands on it. He's going to get paranoid. And I don't, like I said, if you're not worried about the bottom line, at the end of the day, you're just going to go through the same tests our screens have to go through. And if your product, as you said, is the same as ours or better, then you should have no problem passing any of the tests that we're about to put your screen through. And like I said, one of them is going to be contrast. Or you're definitely going to do that Starfield demonstration. You're definitely going to do that inside and outside the house. You're definitely going to do that one. That is definitely going to happen. We got 1,000 lumens, 13 feet back. So we're going to do it outside. We're going to bring it inside. We're going to test it against all the different projectors. We're going to throw up that great big huge white elite screen. We're going to put your screen up there. We're going to test against all these high performance screens. We're going to see if you can go through the same testing our screen's got to go through every time we design a screen paint. Then I'm going to throw you against the exotics for fun. Because the exotics are going to sit there on, you're going to test it against a green screen that's going to pour a better red than your screen, and that screen's going to be literally green. Matter of fact, I got a blue one downstairs already painted up. No. We're going to put your screen on 120 inch. We're going to put your screen on 100 inch. And then we'll do the testing from there. And then we'll do a couple of sample sheets and do some testing from there. Next, I'll get your Frankenstein. We'll do that one against a 12, a road demonstration. I don't have this problem with big companies. Big companies, they're going to test my stuff out. They're going to test their stuff out against their stuff. There's going to be nothing fake about it. They're going to do the real deal. No smoke, no mirrors, none of that nonsense. All right. Yeah. I'll tell you that personal mix. We pulled the demonstration for that one. As a matter of fact, let's go pop over to Mr. Computer. See, I know you got something to hide, and I'll tell you why. Like I said, you don't test your stuff live. You never do. Well, you do test your stuff live. You do that. I got to give you that. But you never run any real tests. No, you always cut corners every time. And then you started yanking videos left and right off your channel. You yank that video where basically you show people how to make that product for free. And then you turn around and you yank the video. They can't find the video because we have copies of it, but you yank that video. And the reason why, if I go back and I make that free mix, that 2 teaspoons of black, I'm curious how close that would come to matching that any one of your screen paints. Already analyzed and broke down your video right here from the door. You see how that light's pushing through that door? See how dark it is? I literally shoved my screen into a door with light hitting it and stuck a 130 watt lamp right in front of it. And yet you're faking these demonstrations. Your window blinds right here, these are supposed to be up right here. If you have that much light hitting the side of this right here, that's the equal amount of light that's hitting the side of the house right here, which means that light would have pushed right against your screen. You shut them shades right there. That's why it's all dark up in here and here and here. Rehearsed that whole script. He didn't show any contrast levels in that demonstration, nothing at all. Cinemax, 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 Cinemax. That's what it's called. We'll have it here. Trust me, we'll have it here. I'm gonna paint your screen and put you in that door. That's where I'm gonna stick you right up in that door. Same where my screen had to be at, that's where your screen's gonna be at. Right in that door. We're gonna see exactly if your product works the way it's supposed to work. And again, I give you permission to make our exotic screen paints. You got my permission. Go make my paints right now. Go make them and do every last demonstration. I want to see all the live demonstrations. You can make our product, then you should have no problem making any one of those screen paints. As a matter of fact, you have to make all of them. There it is. Look at this. Right now, in here, where my screen's being tested at, we're actually displaying, it's doing its 8 certified screens, and your screen paint's laying up against my screen. And look how well lit my environment is compared to yours. Overhead light's not on. And you got this light going on in the background. This area is completely dark. You got shadows here, shadows casting back here. And if the light was that bright coming off your door, why isn't it being displayed? The same amount of light you're seeing at the door, how come that's not being displayed here? All this is dark. Here we go. See this right here, what Amazon got here? I just ordered this right now. I ordered Vivistorm. Vivistorm, it looks to be a promising screen, and it looks to be a good challenge, and it does. So I ordered their sample sheet. It's coming over here. They're supposed to have really good ambient light rejection on the screen, and this is definitely worth a challenge. See the difference between me and him? He doesn't go near this stuff. He'll pick out, if he does do a Vivistorm, he's going to pick out certain ones. He's going to pick out that one, and that one, and that one. He's going to stay away from the darker ones because they're going to be to produce better contrast on the screen. I want all of these against my screen. But this screens are, this was in here looking for a motorized projection screen. God, the screens are expensive. Well, $800 isn't, yeah, $800 is bad. $900 is bad for 120 inch, especially if I can get it for cheaper. If I can get it for 140 bucks. But we'll find out when it gets here. I got to make my order for some more of those. If they got anything else, I got to order those. I would like to get my hands, I would love to do some demonstrations in screen innovation, but that's not going to happen. But I would love to. I'd like to see what would happen on their new stuff that they have. Let's go over here real quick. Let's go up. I would love to be able to test on their stuff. I spend most of my time on the internet hunting down companies. Research on exactly what's the best technology they got. Always curious about who's better. You have to. If you're going to compete in this field, you have to test yourself against everybody. Can't get comfortable. You got to test against the screens that make me nervous, or the screens I like to test against, because those are the ones that give me a hard way to go. Let's go over to. Let's scroll down. I'm in my library. I'm in another library right now. See all these things demonstrate? All with the lights on. All of them. Lights on. Lights on. I do so many. When you do so many lights on demonstrations that people have to literally yell at you to turn your lights out, that's how you know you do a lot of lights out. Here you go right here. This is what I want him to see right here. You see this right here? That's a gray screen. That's a black silvers. Black silvers are coated to pull up a contrast level. That is literally a gray screen right there you're seeing. And that's a live demonstration. I'll show you. That's a live demonstration. That right there is a gray screen. It has a code in it to allow it to be able to read a contrast level. That's when my screen was jet black. So one of these screens is gray, and the other screen, me pull my giant, which we're calling. One of my screens is gray, and one of my screens over here is black. But you couldn't tell that if you're looking at that other screen next to it. See, when I do my gray screens, I always display contrast levels on them. The only reason why the other screen pulls up a fair contrast level because it's actually lighter than the black silver. That's a gray screen that's pulling that image. I'll put that black silver against any of your technology, it'll blow it clean out of the water. That's a screen that can literally pull black level and it's gray. If you want to challenge that, we can do all against that technology alone by itself. Now I'm going to show you, watch this. See me setting the screen up? See how the screen looks jet black when it comes up? I can run any form of contrast demonstration off that black silver and it will produce a contrast level. They can mimic contrast levels in fully lit environments. Now, look at this. See the bottom of that screen where it's gray? That's laying against a 12. Which means a 12 can mimic a high enough white level and contrast level to be able to blend into that screen. And you want to go against a 12. Like I said, you don't want to go against that screen. Whatever you got over there is fake. You got some fake product or black paint, whatever it is, but no. If that was a 12, you could do that easily. 12s can blend into gray screens with no problem. Just like I just blended into your UV mix on my screen. Look at that. There's my screen right in the window. Watching cartoons. That's a 12 also. Before it was converted to a blue. See my screen? That's my screen right there in the window. Look how well it is. I'm walking around the house and you're watching my screens fire up. And you're sitting in that dark environment with that open door. And this is the virus that I walk through every day. Those are 15s. See people, see the difference between my environment and his? See how well lit that area is? Got a 126-inch sitting in the window. Got another one sitting in the kitchen window. We got a black screen blended into a gray screen. Got a gray screen that can pull a contrast level. Okay, pick it right up. It's gray. Throw it up against the wall. Now it's black. And you want to test them. You want to go against my technology we develop over here. When I say we, I always talk about me and God. You want to go down that road. You see that demonstration right there? Let me go back and show you that one more time. It's a gray screen I picked up. Threw it against the wall, it turned black. There's a black contrast demonstration going on that wall right there, projecting. I'm going to throw it right in front of the projector and watch that screen go from gray to black. Your technology can never do that. That's color coding technology. You just watch the screen turn jet black. And you're watching the black screen produce white levels as the gray screen produces contrast levels. All done in a fully lit environment. And you're watching live right now my black screen take on multiple certified projection screens. There you go. That's what I mean by my demonstrations are unmatched. Right, you want to keep testing. Look at this. The light gray screen we developed. Sitting right in the window next to a blue. There's blue sitting in the window. High noon. And look how much light that screen is pulling in. It's taking on right now. There's a light gray screen right there. At the same time, you can watch blue and the light gray screen sitting in the door. Not the door opened up and letting the fake light cascade in. It sits in the door. Let's see if we got a little farther in. That's when I was upstairs in the attic messing around. There you go. Boom. Sitting there right in the door with a 130 watt lamp right in the middle of the screen. Yeah, this is the kind of test your screens are going to go under. And you're not going to pass. You're not going to do too well already. You can see how bad it's going to get for them. We actually, like I said, we push our screens. They got to go through some crazy stuff. White screen demonstration? Yeah, already done. There's one right there. Well, look on the bright side. At least you're not going against the sun killer. You know? It could be worse. You could be outside. Well, I forgot we are going outside. We're going to have to do that one either way. When we got to do it, you got to do it. You know, we got to go through that all the time. Check this out. Here we go. This is where you're going to be at. Outside on 1,000 lumens. These are exotics. These things pull up at 451. See the time on there? On that clock? 4 o'clock. 4:20. At 4:20. (190-degree viewing angle), which means I can sit on the side of that screen and I can look in and see my screen in the next room. And that screen pulled at 420. That's an exotic that can pull off 1,000 lumens at around 13 feet back. That's where your screen's going to be at, out there. There you go. We're not talking about no faded in the middle. We're talking about corner to corner, corner to corner, corner to corner. You have no idea what you're in for, man. You test, like I said, we don't play around when it comes to our screens. They have to go through brutal testing. You don't have certified screens that don't even do half the stuff that we put our screens through. Another demonstration outside. There we go. 1,000 lumens. Every screen paint we test has to go through 1,000 lumens to earn the label. They have to earn that label. They got a label attached to them. That means they hit that 1,000 lumens outside at 13 feet. That's why they have their labels. They don't pass, they don't get a label. You don't have standards like that, man. Here you go. Right here, we got a 720p SVGA versus a 1080p projector. When you said that, oh, what a 720p projector, you can't, 720p projectors are garbage. No, they're not garbage. It's just the screens are being displayed on are garbage. That's the problem. Like I said, the technology hasn't caught up. Those are both Christies. One's a 1080p Christie, and the other one's a 720p Christie. side by side. I've done this too at 4K too. There's nothing wrong with the 720p projector. The problem is that the technology and screens just haven't caught up yet. And you know what the sad thing about it is? They'll do these displays with these high-powered projectors, as I said before, that is going to basically pretty much make up for what the screen is lacking. So if they're using a high-end projector to make the screen look good, what's going to happen if you don't have a high-end projector? Then what are you going to get at the end of the day? But I can show you right here in the demonstration. Hey, look, this is what we're doing: a 720p projector versus a 1080p projector. So I'm showing you that you don't have to spend money. If you don't want to spend money for 1080p, you don't have to. There you go. You get a beautiful image. You don't have to spend the money. But if they're basically relying on that heavy-duty projector, then at the end of the day, you got to understand, if that projector is making up for what the screen can't do, what's going to happen if you use a projector under that projector? You're just going to get the bitter end of the stick, that's all. Look at that. All done in a fully lit environment. I'm just showing you the test that we do that he does not do at all. So that tells my customer at the end of the day, you don't got to go out and spend all this money for a projector if you don't want it. I got 720p's that run through the entire house. Well, that's the only one. That's about to get replaced anyway. I got some plans for that one. Here we go. Color coding technology. My walls and my Japanese tea room are red, right? So we took the red screen from downstairs, which is the burgundy red screen from downstairs, and did a side by side. Now, whether you paint your screen burgundy red, whatever kind, it's like so many different shades of red. If you don't have that code in it, it's always going to bring up that red tint in your screen, regardless of what shade of red it is. In this demonstration, we show you that I can shine half of this on a red wall, and you're going to get red. But when you hit our color coding technology, that is burgundy red, it's going to pull up a blue screen, a solid blue screen with not a tint of red in it. See, you got to have those demonstration tests done too. So you got to be able to back that up. If your screen is red and you try to shine a projector off it, you're not going to see anything at all. It's going to whitewash, or red wash, or whatever you want to call it. There you go. And showing you the tons and tons of demonstrations that have to be done. Either they're indoor or outdoor, it has to be done. And not only for you, for myself also, because I have to see. It's very important. Like I said, tests have to be run. Now right now, the gamer nuke paint, oh man, I am so excited about this stuff. This paint is going to be gorgeous. I'm working on, oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. The Ultra Bright Silver, the 17. I got to get a chance to launch it. I've just been really, really busy. What's the date on that screen at the bottom? When we launched it, we actually showed up that screen, 2020. Those screens, this is one of the brightest screens we have ever developed. And it is a high-grade silver screen. And that screen was tested from the door at around 2% done versus 11 certified screens at 2% done. That's how powerful that screen is. We got to get around to launching that one. I got it downstairs in the test container. I haven't had the time to bring it up. We haven't had time to do it yet. We've just been so busy. That is a freaking white level on the screen. And crow's paint was up there too on that screen. That's an ultra bright. There you go. There's another demonstration for you. Walking through the house. That's what someone guy was talking about. He was like, you know what? I sat there at the chair and watched my screen right there in the kitchen window. Someone just sat there and said, I've never seen anybody walk through their house where all their screens are firing up. That's before I got the acoustic screen put in. Let's see if we can find that sun killer on here. Because once we launch that thing, all demonstrations are going to be done outside in the sun. Because that's what that thing is designed to take in. It's designed to take direct sunlight. So it's only fitting that we do those demonstrations outside in the sun. We got another demonstration, test against high performance sample sheet. That's another one right there. That's the 12 right there. So all my lights are on, and in every video, lights are constantly on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Where's it at? Nope, it's before that. Definitely before that. Man, thought you erased that video, didn't you? Yeah, that's a video you're taking our product down to Home Depot and Lowe's. Don't worry, we'll have your address pretty soon. You're gonna get some literature in the mail. My attorney's gonna have to talk with you about that little nonsense you pulled. Let's keep going. Don't touch copyrights. I'll explain to you what's gonna happen. Let me see, there we go, right there. Look at that projection screen on the ceiling. I ain't trying to toot my own horn here, but look at this right here. That's what I'm talking about. You want to go against a 12. I got a 12 painted to my ceiling right now. On the ceiling. That's where my 12 sits at. I got one sitting on the ceiling with a ceiling light in the middle of it. That's what I'm saying. These companies out here, these people are worried about ambient light in their environment, and I can paint a screen to my ceiling with the ceiling fixture on, and then walk around my house and you can watch my screens fire up. That's why I said all the ambient light rejection nonsense they talk about. Yeah, okay. And like I said, in his demonstration, he got a door open. I'm not trying to rank on this man, but he got a door open. That's it. That's all you got is a door open. And you think you're doing some damage with that. That's ambient light. And I got a screen up on my ceiling. But you want to compare yourself to what we do. There you go. And at the same time, my screen's taking on 2 certifieds and your screen at the same time. Well, actually, 1 certified in your screen. That's your personal mix laying against my black screen. While I display fish on my ceiling. And then I got 2 sample sheets over here taking on the screen in the window. Man, you need to stay in your lane. You really do. That's why I say he forgets these videos. He forgets these videos. But one of the guys on here, he couldn't believe I had a screen sitting on top of my ceiling. So you got a screen with the ceiling light in, at the same time making contact with the screen right here. Both of them are producing an image with no problem. Then you got another screen in the window. This is the reason why when I see the videos with the door open, this is why I find it a joke. Because you constantly want to call yourself equal to what we do. All right, whatever. Yeah. You know what? You can do that demonstration next. Look how the colors blow up off that screen. Oh, I miss that so much. I got to get me another ultra short though projector for my ceiling. I miss being able to do that. I love that so much. Just look at that. I'm gonna pause that for a minute. I want you to. I wish Crow was in here right now so he can just see this. You're sitting there dodging with that little bit of light in your environment, and are you serious? I hate to point that out, but look at that. That's a 12 up there sitting in that ceiling. Stay in your lane. And same thing goes for these big companies. These big companies out here call themselves being ambient light rejection technology. I'm like, please give me a freaking break. I get so sick and tired of watching the demonstrations. I'm sorry, but I do. I get tired of it. Of watching these big companies and they're showing off these, oh man, this ambient light peppered environment. Yeah, well, let me stick that thing up on my ceiling and see how far it goes. Don't ever call your screen ambient light rejection. You got to use it in an ambient light controlled environment. It doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, it's ambient light rejection, but you have to use it in an ambient light controlled environment. Why? Why would I be using an ambient light controlled environment if it's ambient light rejection to begin with? What's the problem there? There you go. Sun Killer. Sun Killer right here. This is the game we're developing. Somebody was talking about, oh, so you don't have the 1.0 and 2.0 game? No, we don't deal with that nonsense. No. We engineer our own form of game. And for any company out there that's going to sit there and say, well, that's virtually impossible. You can't engineer your own game, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Follow this demonstration right here. This is the Sun Killer. It's one we talk about all the time. This is a game we're developing. It's not a screen paint. It's a game, literally an engineered chemical game that we're developing. That we drop this stuff into any of our paint, it's going to boost the game technology to the next level. Let me show you how hard this demonstration we set up to do. We do these test demonstrations. We make it virtually impossible for someone to follow behind one of these things. That right there is my Christie projector, right? And what we have is we have the chemical coated on a piece of plexiglass. It's not sitting in the window inside, because most people, if they do something like that, they're going to have the glass inside the house. The glass is actually outside, and it's actually taped to the window. So as you go over and you look, and you see how much light's pushing into my door here, you come over here, and you'll see the window, and you'll see how much light is pushing through the window. There's the glass right there. As you notice, you can't see anything. You see how much light is pushing through that glass right there? That's outside. So if you think if it's pushing that much light through, then there's nothing coming up on the other end, right? Yeah. I'm going to show you something. Now you see how much light is hitting the side of my house? I'll walk outside for a minute. I'm going to show you what the sun killer technology is pulling up. That's the nickname we call it, sun killer. And there you go. It's pulling an image outside. And as you can see, it's actually not even hitting the glass. It's actually because we couldn't get the fit in the glass. But it's pulling an image outside. You can see the individual fish swimming by. You can see the coral reef. You can see the sand. You can see everything. You even see the yellow fish go by. The colors don't fade and don't wash out. That's at 2% done. That's our own engineer. See how bright that yellow that fish went by? That's our own engineered version of our own game that we're developing. Now watch me look at the sun. See the sun directly hitting my screen. No clouds, nothing. Directly in contact with that screen. We are the only ones in the world who have that technology now. And once we incorporate that into a master version of color coding technology, there'd be nothing to stop that screen. Think about that. Color coding technology, the ability to be able to read the colors off a projector correctly without it basically calibrating and all that other dumb nonsense that comes along with it. And then the ability to be able to produce a high enough gain that it took a direct hit from the sun. That means anything inside the house would run with no problem whatsoever. You can have all your windows. Heck, you can have a screen in a green room and that thing would pick up. That's the 21s. Yeah, there you go. God's technology right there, people. We're the only ones who have technology now that can take a direct hit from sunlight. And they've been trying that for years. You only get that knowledge from God. Look how much light's hitting to that screen. And you can't even see it. On the other end, you can see it. Little trick on how to do that, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it because I'm giving away all my secrets, wouldn't it be? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. That is the sun killer. That's the challenge we gave him. One of the challenges we gave him. If you feel that you could basically outperform our screen's ambient light rejection technology, mimic the sun killer. And I mean, that screen, when we finish it, it's going to be the ender of all screens. We can take it outside. Any screen you have, we can take it outside and see what would happen. That's 1%. When that screen peaks at 100%, do you know how lethal that screen's going to be? We can take it outside. Anybody want to challenge that technology? Let's go outside in the sun and see what happens. Black Diamond, Screen Innovation, Elite Screens, all the big companies, no, they're not going to stand against that. And if I decide to sell out, you know how much money that screen's going to be worth? A lot of money. But I'm not planning to sell out because the whole purpose of designing this technology is to make it affordable so everybody can afford it. That's the whole purpose of the whole thing. To make it so everybody can afford it. So at the end of the day, you don't have to spend $4,000 and $5,000 for a projection screen. So at the end of the day, you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for a projector to make up for what the screen can't do. That's what it's all about. But this joke over here talking about, I can save you hundreds. We don't save people hundreds. We save people thousands of dollars, because that's the reason why we do these demonstrations against these high performance screens, and he doesn't. He couldn't follow that demonstration if he wanted to. That's why when he tries to make our products, and he goes on and on and on about calling us scammers and fakes and whatever, you can't do any of our demonstrations. You can't even make the screen paint that I gave you permission to make. Here it is. Here you go. Another one right here. On 1,000 lumens. That's on 1,000 lumens. Testing that sun killer technology on 1,000 lumens. And that's taped on the outside of the window. Not on the inside, on the outside of the window. Because we want to make sure when we test this stuff, if we tape it on the inside, even though it's up against the glass, it's still protected by the doors and the windows and the ceiling, right? If you take it and tape it on the outside, there's no protection for it. There's more ambient light out there than there is inside. See? Outside of the glass. With 1,000 lumens pushing through that screen, testing the gain out. You'll see how much punishment we can add to it. Yeah. And somebody gets so mad when we do these demonstrations because they can't do it. So at the end of the day, it's not my problem. It's just your problem. You gotta work harder. While doing the test on this, I still can't figure out what I did with that application for that ceiling demonstration. Still can't figure out what I did with that stuff. There you go. This is 12. So man, you talk about bull crap. You really believe yourself. Okay, so this is the Trojans. Somebody's Trojans came a few minutes ago. So let me get this straight. I talk about bull crap. I just showed you a demonstration of a screen taking direct hit. I just showed you a demonstration of all my products being done on different levels that no one's done. Screen painted in the ceiling, and then you're watching my screen live right now against 8 certified projection screens. And that's bullcrap. You need glasses, my friend. Goodbye. See how ignorant some people can be? I'm talking bullcrap, but yet I'm doing a demonstration. And mind you, Crow's personal paint is against my screen right now, plus 8 certified screens, which we just did that demonstration a few minutes ago. And I'm showing you videos live. I'm showing you my videos. And that's on a 720p projector right there. But it's funny that people want to say that it's bullcrap that I'm doing, but yet you don't back up any of my demonstrations. You don't make my products. You don't back up any of my demonstrations. I got a challenge out there right now called the Ultimate 1100 Challenge that's unmatched since 2019. Now see, when it comes to us, we mind our own business. We work in our own yard. That's it. But you jokers don't know how to leave stuff alone. You always got to mind our business. You got to worry about what we're making. You know, you're constantly in our business all the time. Constantly trying to, like Crow's always trying to make our products, make our products, make our products. We're going to make this for free. We're going to give that to you for free. Well, guess what, buddy boy? We gave you permission to make our products. And you haven't made one of them, which shows that you can't do it. Shows that you can't do it. You can't back up any of the demonstrations or challenges we gave you. I get up in the morning, I can open up my curtains, I can let the light pour in, I can show you my black screen with a star-filled demonstration. I can even show you white levels on top of that. Nothing but snow on my black screen. I can show you colors, skin tones with no problem whatsoever. I can turn my lights out and I can turn on my black screen and I can show you certified screens that can't pull proper reds and blues and greens, but my black screen can do it. And when I get up in the morning, I got a 126-inch screen sitting in a bay of windows when most of you naysayers are still sitting in the dark trying to figure out why your colors aren't coming up correctly. I don't calibrate my stuff. I did a demonstration on a ViewSonic projector I bought. 720p, unboxed it, boom, on the screen, done. Only thing I had to do was do keystone and set up my my screen's ratio, and that was done. I do demonstrations outside. I can show you demonstrations from sun up to sundown. As a matter of fact, there's a demonstration I just did right there with the windows open. But yet, y'all haven't done any of my videos. You haven't done any of my tests. I watch y'all demonstrations. Poorly lit environments, light dodging. Come on now, please. So instead of you coming in here running your mouths, make a video and put it at the bottom. Back it up. Because I can, keep in mind, you can sit there and say, oh, all we do is talk. There we go. There's my proof right there. There's my proof right there. There's my proof right there. Get up the next day when I wake up, open up my curtains, let the sun come in, let the light come in, let the star field hit. Go downstairs, you can watch the 126-inch screen. We had sunlight gracing the side of the screen. Go out, show you videos from outside. Everything I talk about, I can back it up. How about you? If I told you I got a screen that can take a direct hit from sunlight, I'll show you that. Got one right there. So I can back it up. So how about you back it up? What else you need to see? I got another one right here. I got a video right here with screen sitting up there. One of the exotics at 451. Point an image. As a matter of fact, you can back out and you can go to my intro video. It shows me painting a screen outside. Not inside, painting a screen outside. And doing a demonstration. Y'all just need to work a little harder. Don't get mad at me at the end of the day. You need to work a little harder. That's what you need to do. There you go. You want another one? There you go right here. In the morning, live demonstration. Me sitting here with my screen and a bay of windows. There you go, watching a football game. Don't talk it, back it up. Watching a football game. Look at that. Windows here, windows there. All right then. There's some naysayers that come in my room running their mouths, and then when I show them videos, and they're all quiet now. They don't want to talk. There you go. You want to talk about your boy? Here you go. This is your buddy right here making a product for free. Video that he pulled from his channel. But we got it. That's his house, ain't it? You'll see in a few minutes. That's the video he pulled. And in that video that he pulled, for all you people who went out there and bought that screen paint from him, you got scammed. You got scammed because it's black and white paint. That's what it is. You got scammed. There you go. That's the video he pulled. You got scammed. He talked about his personal mix, which we have right up on our screen right now, on how high tech it was and how was this, that, and the other, and all the ambient light, whatever. And at the end of the day, you bought $75 plus shipping, so around about $104 of black and white paint. That's what you bought. Because there's no test behind it. They don't do tests. You see how I have to run my screens through all these crazy tests? You see the results I get from my technology? He doesn't run any tests. So if you don't run any tests, you don't know what the freak you're buying. I got green screens that can produce red, blue, and orange levels. Can you do that? No, I can't. So there's right there, zooming up. There's this Metallica mix right there. There's this video right there. And keep in mind, that video had 27,000 hits, and he pulled the video. There you go. Table look familiar? Oh, but you can't find the video, can you? Try to find the video, but you can't find it. Yeah, you bought black and white paint. That's what you bought. And y'all call us scammers? Really? Are you kidding me? So you paid $107 for black and white paint. That's what you paid for. That's why there's no testing behind it. I can make that right now. Now what you naysayers got to say? Been coming to my channel, call me a scammer, call me this, that, and the other, call me a fake and all. There you go. Just like I said, you could have made a gallon of that one. There you go. So you know what I do? I go make the paint. That's what I do. I followed his tutorial on showing me how to make that product, and I go make it. The same way you just showed me in the video. Pop right over to the kitchen. Got black and white paint right over there. Made the same product, and I matched it against his personal mix. Right here in the kitchen. Now, just to be thorough about the whole entire thing, didn't have a tablespoon, so I had to use a teaspoon. And I went back to the computer, showed you a measurement chart. How many teaspoons does it take to make a tablespoon? Which is 3. So I go back to the computer to be thorough, so you don't think I'm doing anything sneaky. And I got a chart right there that shows you the measurement on how many, because I only had teaspoons, not tablespoons, on how many it would take to make equal 1 tablespoon. There you go. Which means I had to add in 6. So equaling 2 tablespoons. So everything legit and by the book. So then we go over here. I'll post the video at the bottom if you care to see it. Make the product right there as we made, just like you made. It didn't have to be any particular special kind of paint. It just had to be black or white paint. That's all. Nothing special. That stuff I had laying in the basement. There we are, painting it right there. With my squeaky roller. And I'm going to show you something right here. Just laying the screen up. And by the way, if you're going to say, oh, but you don't, yeah, I have unboxings of his product on my channel. I do. Unboxings of his personal mix, his UB mix. We have unboxings on all those. Just like when the new stuff gets here, we'll unbox that too. Just like we did all the other ones. Yep, you got scammed. You got scammed. You bought $107. $107 worth of black and white paint. That's what you just purchased. And you know how he does his demonstrations? Exactly like the one we do right now. There's no test behind it. You don't see any sample sheets. You don't see him pulling the projectors back. You don't see him do the 22 feet, swap out projectors. None of that. None of that at all. None of that's why he doesn't follow demonstrations. If he did, that screen would fail miserably. It would have some problems. You don't see a lot of contrast demonstrations being done on it. Contrast demonstrations are done. They're always done in dark environments. Now we go over to, from here, we go pop over to, Watch this right here. You're going to be quite impressed on this one. Look at this. That's the same product. Now, he got mad at us. He got upset at us over that. I said, that's not my problem. You're the one who had a video out there showing people how to make your product. All we did was just put 2 and 2 together. We made the product, and we matched it against some of the stuff we had in the kitchen drawer, stuff we bought from way back from you, and it blended perfectly. Let's see if we can go back to the kitchen drawer. Let me see. Nope, that's before then. That's after that. Yep. I'm surprised no one figured it out. I'm pretty sure a few people did figure it out. I'm pretty sure they did. Do you know when you go buy his paint over at eBay, you know what it comes up as? It doesn't give you a description of what you're buying. It doesn't say that. It says you're buying Crow's Screen Paint Mix. That's what it says. It doesn't give you a description. So here's the problem you have here. Say if you buy his screen paint mix, it doesn't say what kind. You have to email him and you have to ask him for what kind you want. Now, if you sell on eBay, and if anyone's ever selling on eBay, you do know they have something called a category, which means you can list the categories on which screen paints you have right down the line, like we have on our website. Now, if you go in there and you buy Crow Screen Paint, and you go in and he sends you something like a Frankenstein mix, it's going to be pretty hard to try to argue that down, because on your PayPal receipt and credit card receipt, it's going to show that you bought Crow Screen Paint Mix. It doesn't say anything about Frankenstein or any other special paints. That's going to be hard to argue with PayPal, because they're going to go by what you paid for. There's his sample sheet, the one we have up here, the personal mix. And that's what I have right there. Right there. That's his personal mix right there. That's the one we bought back about, I think about 3 years ago. We bought that around 3 or 2 years ago. We bought that personal mix from him. Yep. So this is the free, and that's the one we paid for. But yeah, you can't back that up. If you buy paint from us, it clearly says what you bought. It says that you bought 2 quarts. It tells you what kind of paint you bought. It gives you a time stamp, and all that information's on there on your receipt when you purchase from us. So if you say, hey, you bought so and so and so, we know what you bought because it's on your receipt. But if you go over there to PayPal and you buy what it says on your receipt, it says on your receipt, Crow's Screen Paint Mix. It doesn't tell what you bought. Kind of like buying a TV and you got a 4K or an 8K TV with smart whatever, blah, 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 but it just says TV. It doesn't say what kind of TV you bought. It just says TV. It's going to be kind of hard to argue that you basically bought a TV that had all these options when it doesn't really say that. It just says TV. It doesn't even say if it's HD or 720p or 4K. It just says TV. There you go. Kind of hard to argue that one down. Because he could sit there and say, well, I never sold him anything like that. I sold him Crow's Screen Paint. I never sold him anything like that. And keep in mind, if you sit there and you go, well, I'm gonna go before PayPal and I'm gonna show them a picture. No, PayPal does not accept pictures. I've been with PayPal for 10 years. They don't accept pictures because they consider it to be Photoshop. And they don't accept video links. It says it right there. They don't accept links and they don't accept photos because they consider it to be Photoshop and you can edit the video. So it's your word against his. That's how it comes down to. That's why you have to have a detailed description of the product. There you go, right there. Can't tell one from the other. They look exactly the same. So that one right there, we made from his tutorial. And this is the one I paid for, $107. And if you go back to try to find the video, you won't find it because the video was deleted. You can't find it. So if you have nothing to hide, why would you basically delete the video? If you got nothing to hide. Look at it. Look how perfect that blends in. If I want to make his personal mix, I can make as much as I want. I can make 5 gallons if I want right now. It's just black and white paint. That's all it is. That's why there's no test behind it at all, period. Because there's nothing that goes into it that makes it special. It's just black and white paint. And that's what y'all been purchasing all this time. That's why if anyone asks them, hey, the Cinemax mix, can you do that same demonstration? Can you make that paint and see if they match up? He's not going to do that demonstration. So yeah, you guys, the person who's calling us a scammer has been scamming you all this time. He's been scamming you all that time. That's why, like I said, if he can make our products, he would have made the products we gave him permission to do so. That's why he doesn't do the same test that we don't do. That's why he's threatened by us. That's why. Afraid little secret getting out. And that's why he doesn't want his product coming here. That's why he kept canceling our orders left and right. Look how the contrast levels come up. Exactly the same. He's scamming you all that time. Y'all been buying black and white paint. He overcharges you on your shipping. I bet you when that box get here, it's going to say $13 on the side of that box. I got charged, well, she got charged $23. This is why he don't sell gallons. You ever figure out why he doesn't sell gallon sizes? He never does. He sells them by the quart at $75 a quart because he makes more money that way off y'all. So at $75 a quart, like I said, if you want to do a gallon, that's going to cost you $300. And that's not with shipping. You still got to pay the $23 for shipping. Could have went out and got some bare silver screen for around $23. You got yourself a quart of black paint. You had enough to paint the whole side of your 180, 190 inch if you were going to go down that route. Yep, he scammed the daylights out of you. Now, that's the only time I can call somebody a scammer unless I got proof. Can't call you a scammer if I ain't got proof. And there's proof right there. Go try to find the video. You're not going to find it. Just delete it. You got rid of it. Here you go. I'll go right back to the beginning. And I'll pause it right there. So you can have a good look at that. Write that down. And go try to find that video and see what happens. Gives you the ingredients right there. So what y'all don't know is, I know quite a bit about Mr. Fernando Gonzalez. I know quite a bit. He called him Jamie or whatever he calls himself. I know when he first started out, he used to give his paint away for free. A lot of y'all don't know that. Jamie used to give his paint away for free. He bumped into us. We bumped into him, and he wanted us to give him the ingredients and what was in our product. And I said, no, we don't do that over here. That's how that started. By him trying to get information on how we were making our products. And ever since then, he's just had this freaking obsession of trying to figure out how we make our products. But he used to give his products away for free. And then after a while, he started selling them. Started selling his product. He said he couldn't do that. He couldn't give it away because he had to make a profit and so forth and so forth. And he started selling his products. But here's the thing. what you should have did was, and so when you were making your products, you should have made your products different from the product you're giving away for free. So that way, if somebody came along and they tried to match them, they wouldn't match at all because one would be different from the other. But you didn't do that. And the fact that that video floated around to get 27,000 hits, it was out there for a while. I don't know how many people might have figured it out, but it was out there for a while. And that's pretty bold when you have a video out there like that, figuring no one's going to be to put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But anyway, like I said, started selling the product, and like I said, even when he got busted, he should have sat there and did a Q&A with his customers and say, hey, look, I'm sorry this video got out there. I apologize. I promise it won't happen again. I promise to do better. And from now on, what I plan to do is anytime I make a screen paint product, I'm going to make that product that matched against that to show you that it's something different. There you go. But he didn't do that. He got mad and upset and came after us because we outed him for basically what he was doing. And that makes it even worse. All right, well, I got to be up tomorrow morning. I got a BIOS screen, a motorized projection screen to design for my gaming room. And on top of it, I got orders to get out the door for the mall. Containers coming tomorrow. I got labels and stuff to do. I got orders to take care of. I still got the 17s that have to go out. I still got more stuff that got to be added to the website. And I got my gaming projection screen, motorized gaming projection screen I'm building with the new screen paint attached to it, which I can't wait, man. I cannot wait to set that up. I should get a RetroPie for that thing. I'm going to think about that. All right, with that being said, like I said, at the end of the day, man, I mean, I don't know where this guy gets it from, where he thinks we're in the same field. And we're not in the same field. I'm sorry. I don't know where he's getting this from, but I don't know. Whatever. All right, I got to go. God bless.